welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you another what I eat in a day. If you guys are new to my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Becca. I'm a registered dietitian and I'm happy to have you here on my channel. So if you haven't seen one of my what I eat in a day videos, long story short, I basically just go through and show you what I'm eating within the course of one day. Now, obviously, not every day is the same. I don't eat the same thing every day, not even close. But it just gives you kind of a glimpse into maybe what a typical day looks like, the kinds of foods that I like to eat. And I want you guys to keep in mind when you're watching this video that these are the foods that I choose to eat. It's not going to be perfect for everyone. There is absolutely no one-size-fits-all diet for anyone. Everyone is different, everyone's personality is different, everyone likes different types of foods, everyone's schedule is different, so everyone is going to have a lot of variation in how they eat because we're humans and we're not all the same. But more importantly, I want to point out that the portion sizes that I might be eating may not be correct for someone else. You may need to eat less than me, may need to eat a lot more than me. If you were to look at what I eat versus what my husband eats in a day, who is almost twice my size, it's obviously going to be very different. So I just don't want you guys to think when you're watching this video that what I'm eating is the correct and appropriate amount that everyone should be eating. Not even close. That is so not what I'm trying to say whatsoever. Just trying to share with you guys what I eat so you can take some inspiration from it and hopefully get a little bit of healthy motivation. Alright guys, so the very first thing I like to do in the morning is drink about 16 ounces of water. I will pretty much chug this down while I am brewing my coffee, and I just like doing this to just get my hydration started for the day. So while I am drinking that water, I am making my cup of coffee. So I usually just make coffee in my Keurig, nothing fancy, and the way that I like to take my coffee is just by adding a tiny little bit of half and half. That is just what I like to do. It's what I enjoy. And then a little while later, it is time to make some breakfast. So you guys, if you've been watching my What I Eat in a Day videos, you know that I'm an oatmeal girl. So I will pour out about a half a cup of oats. Sometimes I just eyeball it. I cook it with water for about 1.5 minutes, and then I am just adding some plain Greek yogurt, and then my absolute favorite peanut butter of the moment. It's called Naturally More, and seriously guys, it's so good. They actually add in extra plant-based protein. It's like pea protein and brown rice protein, I'm pretty sure, which is very nice, and it actually has flax seeds added to it as well, so it's like crunchy and creamy at the same time. I don't know, it's so good. And then I'll just top it off with some bananas and cinnamon. And then usually around mid-morning, I like to have a snack. On this day, I'm just making a small smoothie with some frozen berries, some banana, about half a banana, and a big handful of spinach, because I like to sneak in greens wherever I can. I do like to eat greens, I enjoy it, but anywhere you can get them in is always beneficial. So I will just go ahead and blend that up with a little bit of water. I also like to add some chia seeds for extra fiber and omega-3s. And I think the most important thing about smoothies is just don't make them too big, because even though it's fruit, it can be a lot of sugar at once. So they don't need to be giant. Just a small smoothie is enough to get a few servings of fruit and not completely overdo it and overload your body with sugar all at once. So I will just blend this up and just pour it into a separate little cup like a mason jar and enjoy that. It's seriously so good and refreshing. And then for lunch, recently I have been very into veggie bowls, so I'm just adding some fresh spinach to this bowl as my base, topping it off with plenty of butternut squash that I roasted in the oven. Seriously, so good. Then I will add on a fried egg for some protein, which will help to make this meal very filling, and then also some avocado for healthy fats, which will also help to make this very filling. And then the very last thing I like to top it off with is just a little bit of hummus, which just, it's just a nice little thing to dip into, and it adds a lot of extra flavor. And even though this bowl is mainly veggies, with all the fiber, protein, and healthy fats, it's actually very filling. And then in the late afternoon, when I am ready for a snack time, I am just grabbing this vanilla Siggi's yogurt, and I will just pop that in this bowl. I literally use bowls all day long, or at least in this video, it's like actually kind of ridiculous. But anyway, so I will add this yogurt to my bowl. And also, apologies for the lighting in this video. One day I will have a big, beautiful, bright white kitchen, but today is just not that day. So sorry the lighting is not that great, but you guys can see what I'm making, which is most important. I'm just topping this off with a little bit of almond butter. I love almond butter. I specifically love the one from Trader Joe's, and then just some fresh blackberries. And then I will just be sprinkling some of my favorite granola of all time. This is by Nature's Path, and it's their pumpkin flax granola. It has so much less sugar and fat than most other granolas out there. And then a little while later, it is time for dinner. On this night in particular, I made one of Matt and I's favorite weeknight dinners. It's so easy and it's perfect for this time of year. I'm just taking one spaghetti squash, I cut it in half, top it with a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper. And then I will just flip those over and bake it in the oven at 375 for about 40 minutes. And when there is about 20 minutes left on the timer, I will go ahead and start cooking up some ground turkey. So this is just a good way to add some protein to the meal that is lean, not a lot of extra fat. And I will just be cooking this up in the pan. You know, you guys probably know the drill. It's very easy to cook. I like to add some garlic powder, a little bit of pepper, and then also some oregano to season the meat. And then I will just go ahead and break all of that up and make sure that it browns well. And then when all of that meat is done cooking, it's about time to take the spaghetti squash out of the oven. And this is what it looks like when it's all cooked and you kind of shred everything up. Seriously, it's so good. And I will just top it off with some of that ground turkey, and then on top of that I will add just a little bit of red sauce. I actually did a whole The Skinny On video on pasta sauce, so if you guys are curious how to find one of the healthier ones or avoid the ones with sneaky ingredients, you should definitely check that video out. And I will just top it off with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. And usually with this meal, I like to cook like broccoli or asparagus, some kind of green for the side. But disclosure, you guys, I was exhausted the day I filmed this and I just completely forgot. So that's just real life for you. But anyway, moving on. A little while after dinner, I love to have a hot cup of tea. I have been so into having tea at night recently. It's just so warm and comforting, especially now that it's like really cold outside. But I have been loving chamomile tea lately, and I do like to add a little bit of skim milk to my tea. I know some people think this is totally gross, but I don't know. I just like it, and that's the way I like to drink it. And on the side, I'm having a little bit of dark chocolate. I love this Theo brand. I will just break off a square of this dark chocolate and just kind of nibble on that. It's so good and creamy and definitely satisfies your sweet tooth. So that's all I have for today's video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed watching. If you have any requests for future videos, please leave them down in the description box below. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you like What I Eat in a Day videos and you enjoyed seeing what I ate on this particular day. And of course, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, make sure to do so. I'm on there pretty much every day and would love to connect with you guys on there. So very last thing, if you are not subscribed to my channel, look down. Is the button red or is it white? If it's still red, you should click it so you can be a part of my little community here on YouTube. Thank you guys again so much for watching this video. I truly do appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!